Okay, this is the final announcement before the tournament starts, and I'm going to go over a few of the things that are going to happen when you get into the game. So the first thing is, if you haven't already looked at the spreadsheets with the names and the teams on them, have a look through your region, which one you signed up for, and which team you're with, and if you're in the right role, if you've got the right Discord name, because some people are complaining because they can't get in touch with people on Discord in their team because they can't find them. So it might be that you've spelt your name wrong, or perhaps we've spelt your name wrong as we copied it across to the spreadsheet. So just let us know in a PM, either me or Mayo or Popsioslav or Simon or Kappa Mikey or Lord Knight or any of the mods on at the time, and try and give us a DM and tell us what's wrong with the spreadsheet. I don't actually have access to the Australian one and the Southeast Asian one, so it's going to be a bit touch and go. I'm going to have a 48-hour day. I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm going to do this tournament. But once you get onto the Discord, on the left-hand side, if you scroll down past the text channels, past the voice channels as well, it'll start the Joshino tournament channels, and there's the EU, NAC and Australia, and basically it's got all the teams numbered there. If you all meet up in that voice channel, you don't have to talk, it's not necessary, you don't even have to stay in that voice channel once we've started, although I would advise it if you want to win and talk to your teammates. But we're just going to use it to sort all the teams out and make sure everybody is there. If people don't turn up and some of the people in your team are missing, we'll mix teams up, maybe break some down. Really, we want to get even teams together. And there are some substitutes that we've already put in, and there'll probably be substitutes there on the moment, and we'll put them into the teams where people don't turn up. But we might mix teams up when you get there on the day, so be prepared for that. Maybe there'll be lots less teams there, but the less teams, the more chance you have to win something, so I guess it's not a bad thing for you. The reason why we haven't also put out a formal bracket list yet is because we don't know who's going to turn up and what the teams will be like in the end. We really want, as I said, we wanted even teams to match them together, but we don't know basically how many we'll have. And the C and the Australian ones are uneven at the moment, so it means that the brackets would be a little bit weird and there'd be one team going through automatically, which we might have to do if all the people turn up. Once you get into these teams, we'll say go, and we'll set in the announcements which maps you'll be playing. The first round will be Frog Isle, the first map, then Serpent Beach, and then Jaguar Falls. So those are the first three maps that you're going to play on the first game, and it's going to be in casual mode, not competitive mode. A lot of people have requested casual mode, and there's a lot of newer players there, so we're not going to push the competitive draft on you right now. I know not everybody will be happy with that, but this is a fun tournament, and that is the main purpose of this tournament, just to have fun and meet new people really and play with people in like a tournament setting, but nothing too serious except for the brackets and the single eliminations. But the way it is going to work is you come in the time zones, and the timesheet is in the description of this video, so if you look at the timesheet you can try and work out your time zone to the start time of one of the 4 regions. Remember that there's a start time for all of the 4 regions, and that's fixed. O'clock midday on all of those regions, but they're all different times because there's different time zones. So you'll have to use that sheet to try and work it out, and if it isn't on there, your time zone, you're probably just going to have to Google it and match it up to one of the other time zones on there. The Australian one will probably start in about an hour and a half after this video, maybe less, maybe more, but that's roughly when it's going to start. It's 2 AM for me, and I'm going to be around that to try and admin that one at least. Hopefully there'll be some more admins on to maybe take over when the C one goes on, and I'll get like a nap or something. Otherwise I'll stay up and do the C as well, adminning it. But really all it'll be doing is setting these teams up ready to go. Basically, connect to the Discord as soon as possible and get into your groups on the side and the voice channels in your teams, and then hopefully we can start mixing people together, and if people drop out we can put subs in and things like that before the matches are set to start, because we really want to get them rolling as fast as possible, because there were a lot of signups. There's like 1,000 people, and now more with the subs signed up to play. Worth mentioning is the matches are the best of 3, that's why there's 3 maps, so the team that wins 2 of those maps is going to go through, and the other team that loses is knocked out of the competition forever, because there's too many teams to do anything else. It's single elimination, so basically each round there'll be half of the amount of players each time. Once you get to the semi-finals, the finals for the regions, each region itself, are basically the prelude to the semi-finals, and the winners of each team will then progress, and basically Australia's winner and Southeast Asia's winner are going to play in a semi-final, and then the winner of that will go through to play either EU and NA who are playing, and they'll also go through to the final, the winner of those two. And there'll also be a third prize of those 2 teams that have lost to play for third place, but we might have to play those games the next day. What I'm kind of hoping, which is kind of bad, is that the EU and the C win, because that would mean that the time zones were pretty close and we could probably do the matches on the same day. But if the North America wins and Australia wins, then we're going to have an interesting setup for a final match, but I'm sure it'll be fun anyway, and there are those 800 crystals for each person up for grabs that Hi-Rez are going to give out. Basically, once you're in the Discord, keep an eye on the announcement tab on the left-hand side, and also ask any questions you have. General ones in the Joshino tournament chat is on the left-hand side as well, and then also direct your questions to the moderators if it's about you dropping out, if you can't play anymore, or if you want to sub, or if anything basically is going on. Whilst the games are playing, if anyone comes into your voice channel and starts trolling you, we'll ban them until the tournament's over. We're just not going to have any basically patience for them. And yeah, we're not going to, I mean, they're not going to be banned forever, but we'll just drop people out, because if they start trolling the tournament, it'll be a bit ridiculous. Again, if you haven't signed up already, there is a sub sign up below, and also you can come along the day and see if there are any slots to fill, or we need to make up some teams basically. Ideally, if everyone comes for Australia, we'll probably need a team's worth of people to make it 16 teams, so that it'll be even numbers. And the same with Southeast Asia. At the moment we've got 35, I think, teams, 37 teams. And we probably want to button it up to 38 or take it down to 36, depending on who doesn't come, or if everyone does come, and then we might need another team. So there's definitely substitutes that need to fill holes, and even maybe make teams up to fill those slots. But as I said, everything's in the description below, including the Discord link if you aren't already on there. And if you've got your name wrong, be sure to let us know. But basically, this is all going to be fun. It'll be fine once it gets going, but it'll be a bit chaotic in the setup. Anyway, I hope you all have fun, and I hope you accept that it is a bit of a logistical nightmare, and especially for us, we're all novices at setting up tournaments. We have absolutely no idea what we're doing. We're just giving it a good go, and hopefully everyone can have a little bit of fun. And we probably will release our brackets eventually, maybe a few minutes before the game starts if everyone's together, but we'll basically do everything we can, and yeah.